Hello, my beautiful viewers. Um, I'm sharing with you today my experience with day one of my practice plan. And it's always the most time and energy consuming day. And I usually split it into 2 days to make it more manageable and less stressful. And this time was no exception. So on the first day, I spent a solid 2 hours preparing the score. I wrote in fingering. I rearranged hands and notes. I listened to the clearly recorded performance of the sonata to clarify and write down the pedal in the score. And I also found position change notes and circled them in the score for moving my elbow. As you can see, my score was looking pretty different after all that hard work. And then on the second day, I spent another 1.5 hours carefully imagining separate hands in sound texture with sound movement, playing them only once, and then repeating the same process with hands together. And I engaged intonation, arm weight, and articulations right away when I played. Remember, the sooner we play with inner singing and relaxed energy, the better it is for our hands. Because even the most efficient hand motion and clear sound imagination of each note cannot provide breathing of muscles and energy flow in our body. So the lack of it will cause all types of unhealthy tension and playing related injuries. So always remember, just mechanics, just intelligent motion cannot substitute the inner breathing and energy flow in your body. What's interesting is that out of 3.5 hours that I spent on this first day, I actually only played for 10 minutes. I have to really emphasize here, guys, most of the work took place in my mind. And that's why actually I only practice 1, maximum 2 hours a day. I can't do more. And when you listen to my playing, you will notice how slowly and how softly I'm playing. My hands are constantly in a state of nothingness and passiveness. They only express and follow what's in my mind. And this is because I have not yet imagined harmony and dynamics and voicing, which I am going to do tomorrow and the day after tomorrow probably. And without these sensations, without these nuances in my mind, any louder pressed key would bring harm to my inner sensations, and this will result in a harsh tone and unhealthy tension in the underside of the forms. I bet you can remember when you try to hit something with lots of emotion and just doesn't feel right, and it's kind of banging on the underside of your form. Alright, so another interesting thing that happened, I think it happened to me before, but I never really registered that, but this time I did. So when I was imagining notes and sound texture and sound movement, I somehow also felt a kinesthetic sensation in my hands. I felt with which finger I would play the note, how I would move my wrist in combination with the motion of my elbow. So, usually this is not the goal of sound imagination stage, but somehow, at some stage when I guess you feel this way, just embrace it, but just don't push it if it's not there yet, so it's not necessary. And lastly, I had to be very smart and efficient in rearranging the notes in hands. I tried to avoid any stretches greater than a 6. I remember that keeping hands in a stretch for a long period of time while playing fast and loud, and especially with great expression and passion in the moment. This will not do any good to my hands, and could actually prevent me from forgetting the notes and focusing only on the music, on this, last stage, when I immerse myself, when I was in music, then where I am in the zone. I really don't want any tension, any uncomfortable sensation interfere with my expressivity. Well, I guess this is it, and I hope that was insightful, and see you in my next day.